Hey guys, so we're gonna do a get ready with me video today, except for I didn't want it to be ridiculously long, so I've already applied some products. I put on my e.l.f. Eye Refresh and my Benefit Ooh La Lift, my Maybelline Mineral Power Concealer. Then I put on my e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer, my L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup that I just have dumped into this container because it doesn't come in a pump bottle. Then I put some Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the color Natural over that. And then we're going to take it from there because, yeah, the video would be so ridiculously long if I had gone through all that. Okay, so the next thing is going to be Benefit Coralista blush, and it looks like that. And I'm going to use an e.l.f. small stipple brush, and just going to stipple some of that on. It's a pretty pigmented blush, so I'm not going to go crazy with it. And because this is a more pigmented blush than what I would normally use, for my face contour today, I'm going to use my MAC Sculpting powder in Sculpt, which looks like that. It's just like in a Pro Pan. Because if I used what I normally use for a contour, it wouldn't really be pigmented enough to work with the blush that I chose. And I'm going to use the same brush because I find that it blends even better into the blush if you have a little bit of blush on the brush. Boy, is that a tongue twister. Okay, so the face is done now. Now if I can just get this palette open. Okay, so for an eyeshadow primer today, I'm not going to use what I would normally use, which would be MAC Painterly Paint Pot, because the eyeshadows that I'm using today are warm toned. So I'm going to use a neutral to warm toned eyeshadow base, and I'm going to use a MAC paint in Bare Canvas. You don't see a lot of this on YouTube, and the reason for that is it comes in this little tube, and when you squeeze it, sometimes too much product comes out, so it can get messy. So you just want to use a tiny, tiny little bit, or try to squeeze out as little as possible, because it's also quite concentrated. So I'm just going to put tiny amount on my finger, and I'm going to prime my eyelids and the surrounding area of my eyes with this, and try to blend it in nicely. This has a very similar texture to the paint pots. It's just in a tube instead of a jar. So it actually does last a lot longer because the air can't really get in there as long as you put the cap on nice and tight. Okay, so for my eyes, what I'm going to use today are these four shadows by MAC. I'm going to use, for a highlight, I'm going to use Shroom. And then on my lids, I'm going to use All That Glitters. And then I'm going to put texture in the crease. And then I'm going to put some Sable in the outer corner area. So I thought these 4 shadows would look pretty together. I don't think I've used them before, but they look like they would go well with each other. Okay, I'm going to start with a Zoeva crease brush. And even though this is a crease brush, I like to use this for my highlight color. I don't know, just works for me. So I'm going to put a little bit of Shroom on there. And then just pop that onto the highlight area. I like to do the highlight area first because I find that if I don't, it will mess up my crease work or outer corner work if I try to put it on after. So I like to do the highlight color first. Okay, so that takes care of the Shroom. And then for a lid brush, I'm going to use a MAC 239. I'm going to put some All That Glitters on my lids. And then in the crease, I'm going to use a Zoeva concealer brush. I use brushes for, I don't necessarily go by what it says on the handle. If it works for me a certain way, I use it. I don't care what the purpose of it was supposed to be. So this is a Zoeva concealer brush. Oh, and by the way, any and all Zoeva brushes you see were a gift from my friend June, and so I don't think they're available here in the United States. I think she is just able to get them because she's in Ireland. I think they are a German brand. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a German brand of brushes. Okay, so we're going to put some texture in the crease. And then with the same brush, I'm going to put some Sable in the outer corner. As I was doing that, I was thinking about liner. What was I going to do for liner? I hadn't thought that out in advance. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm going to do my eyeshadow thing that I normally do. So I'm going to use a Precise shader, Zoeva Precise shader brush, and I'm going to take some of the texture and just drag that along the lower lash line. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Sable and I'm going to put that just on the outside edge, maybe about halfway in. So the Sable is actually overlapping part of the texture. Okay, so that's it for eyeshadows. Now we're going to use L'Oreal Miss Manga Mascara. Alright, so let's move on to the lips. I'm going to use my Estee Lauder lip pencil in Fig. And I'm going to line and fill in my lips. And I'm going to use the Revlon Color Stay Moisture Stain in London Posh number 50. This is a brand new product from Revlon. It's one of those hybrids. It's like a gloss. It's 10 o'clock. Like a gloss stain liquid lipstick. One of those hybrid things that everybody is coming out with now. And the color is a peach. And it has a doe foot applicator. Yeah, everybody's coming out with these things now. And even some of the companies that already had them is releasing like different versions now, you know, additional products. So for me, the only way I can use these things is to line and fill in my lips with any brand that I buy. And that's why I think I hated them when they first came out. Some of the other companies, you know, had released them years ago. And I hated them and gave them bad reviews. And it's because the only way I can get them to work is to line and fill in my lips first, then put this on top. Because if I don't, they don't apply well. They slip and slide all over my lips. The colors don't usually look good with my natural lip color, so I have to start with a nude type lip liner, fill in my lips, then I can use something like this. Otherwise, I can't do it. See how light that is? It's very deceiving when you look at that tube. See that color? That looks, you know, fairly deep, but it's not. It's actually, you know, pretty light. Okay, so that is it. That is the completed look. And I think all these colors go pretty well together, and you may not like this look on me as much as some of the other looks I've done because these are all warm colors and I have very cool toned skin. But, you know, I don't want to only wear cool tone colors the rest of my life. I want to have all the options and wear all the colors. So yeah, these are all warm toned neutrals. So that is it. That's my get ready with me video. And as far as the Revlon Color Stay Moisture Stain, I don't feel like this is really any different than any of the other ones that are out right now. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys go and I'll see you next time. Bye. Also, just wanted to say sorry about the choppy editing. This is why I don't like to do tutorials or get ready with me videos, because editing these kind of videos is awful. Bye.